आज तेज रफ्तार जिंदगी से हर इंसान क्या चाहता है? 2 पल खुशी के, राइट? लेकिन हाथ क्या आता है? तनाव, हेल्थ प्रॉब्लम, डिप्रेशन, राइट? लेकिन अब हम प्रॉब्लम्स की बात नहीं करेंगे, अब हम बात करेंगे सोल्यूशन की। यही एजेंडा लाइफ पॉजिटिव एक्सपो 2012 इंटरनेशनल फेस्टिवल फॉर होलिस्टिक लिविंग, ये पूरा का पूरा जो एक्सपो है ऑर्गेनाइज किया गया है लाइफ पॉजिटिव ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के द्वारा। इस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का यही एजेंडा है जो हमारी लाइफ में हम अक्सर ढूंढते रहते हैं, बॉडी, माइंड एंड सोल की वेलनेस इवेंट को 4 चांद लगाने के लिए और इनॉग्रेट करने के लिए हमारे साथ आ रही हैं सिस्टर बी के शिवानी। तो चलिए इस सफर का हम भी हिस्सा हो लेते हैं।
Om Shanti. That's the way you should do it every day, but particularly the presence of Sister Shivani. I said, all of you, there are a lot of officers were there. I should try to, couple of days you watch this program. Awakening with Brahmakumaris. Brahmakumaris, you know, it's one of the greatest moments, gift of India to the whole world, humanity. So I have great pleasure in introducing Sister Shivani. We are honored by your presence. Thank you. Namaskar.
Om Shanti and good morning. Let's have 1 minute of silence. We may be small in number, but powerful thoughts created here radiate all over the world. So let's take a minute so that the next 3 days are going to create the most pure and powerful and beautiful vibrations, which will not be only in the Habitat Center and definitely not only in Delhi, but it's going to reach every corner of the world. Thoughts created in one place can impact millions all over the world. And that's how one individual can become an instrument for creating peace in the world. And we're all here for that. So let's begin with creating very peaceful and beautiful vibrations for souls all over the world. So, what do you feel? What could be the reasons that the most beautiful part of our life seems to have become an issue of concern? You know, nowadays when I talk to a group of, let's say, parents or teachers, and you ask them, what is the cause of stress in your life? And you know who comes first on the list? They say children. And then if you're talking to a gathering of children in school, say, what's the cause of stress in your life? And you expect them to say studies or exams or, you know, those kind of typical things that a child would say. And they'll say, parents, cause of stress. And it's one of them which has thought that the other one is the cause, so automatically the other side has started thinking the same. But it set me thinking that a parent-child relationship, which is supposed to be the cause of so much of happiness, so much of joy, so much of contentment, love, respect, trust, and they all both calling each other the cause of stress. So what has happened? Same people, same relationship, same dynamics, and then why has the feeling, the exchange of energy between the two has changed? Parenting, which is supposed to be a natural thing, intuitive. Go 20 years back and any family would have 2, 3, 4 children, and it's a natural way. There is 3, 4 children at home, and when they're born, when they grow up, nobody even realizes. And today parenting has become an issue of, you have parenting workshop, you have parenting counselor, you have parenting books coming from the US, coming to India, and Indian parents are finding the need to read that to bring up children. Like Karthikeyanji said in the beginning, it's only one thought. What do we need to change? only one thought. And for that, the first thing that would need to stop is guilt. Well, guilt is only anger inflicted at yourself. Guilt is only that, nothing else. Angry with yourself. And when it is about we getting angry with other people or other people getting angry with us, it happens only once in a while. But once you start getting angry with yourself, then you're living with yourself 24 hours. Normally, if you see, the conflict in a relationship is because one of us is right and the other person is. You know, we went to somebody's place on a Sunday morning and the husband and wife were having a little argument, and 3 sisters, we went there and they said, Acha, you sit now, you decide. Okay? You decide which one of us is right. And the husband says, yesterday was Saturday, and there was this treadmill in the drawing room, and he told his wife, just shift it from here to that other side, I want it there. And the whole day the wife had forgotten. In the middle of the night she woke up at 2:30 and she remembered that her husband wanted it there, and she did it for him. She got up and she dragged that machine to the other side of the room. And while she was dragging it, what were the visuals that must have been there on the mind? He loved me when he gets up in the morning. I did this for him in the middle of the night. And when the husband woke up the next morning and he saw, in the night it was here, morning it is there, and he came to know she's done it all alone in the middle of the night, picking up this huge thing, he just shouted at her. He said, do you understand? You don't take care. You could have done it in the morning. There's so many people to help you. You don't need to do it alone. And very soon, a very loveful gesture had turned into a conflict. Which of the two are right? How many feel the wife was right? How many feel the husband was right? How many feel both are right? That is the mantra to relationships. As if you're hearing something absolutely different and you'll say, oh, she's also absolutely right. Now where's the problem? Now what do you explain to these two people? Because they both are absolutely right. So all that you have to do that time is show this person their perspective and show this person their perspective. Once they're able to see the other person's perspective, everything is done. You know, whenever there is something that happens any part of the world, whether it's a natural calamity or a terror attack, at the Brahma Kumaris we have a system where we all sit in meditation together. We call it collective meditation, where we sit in meditation and send vibrations of peace to, you know, let's say it's a Mumbai terror attack or anything. So when we do that, and then one of the times that Dadiji asked us, did you send good vibrations to everybody? Yes. Who all did you send the vibrations to? So we said, the souls who left the body, the souls who are injured and are in hospital, the doctors who are treating them, and the families which have been affected, and of course the whole city because it's in pain. And then she would say, what about the people who did it? And we were like, they're not nice people, no, according to us. They are the cause for all this that happened. They are bad people, no, we'll say. And she would say, they are the ones who need it the most. Because they are in more pain than anyone else right now. If any soul has become instrumental in giving pain, or an act through which pain was given to so many souls, what's the future of that soul? And can that soul now afford to get hatred, anger from the whole world? Compassion. This is compassion. But we're very judgmental and we immediately say, right, wrong, right is this, wrong is that. Wrong doesn't require compassion. Right requires compassion and love and understanding, sympathy. The one whom we think is wrong is going through some sanskar, some perspective, You know why spirituality makes relationships very easy? Because of two things that we understand. One, I'm a soul. This is very, very important. And when I understand I'm a soul on a journey, then I understand I'm not just what I am in this costume, but I am on a very long journey in a lot of costumes. Every costume, different family, different culture, different situations, different sanskars. Now, am I able to understand this is a soul on a journey? And so this soul is carrying many, many, many sanskars, and it's so easy for me to say, don't do it like this, change. This is not right, be like this. Can the person change so easily? Can they change so easily? Why are they not able to change? Because they're deep, deep, deep sanskars which we've been carrying for many, many, many births. Now if I want to change, it's not about change that sanskar, it's about create a new sanskar. We need to communicate to others and to ourselves, do it like this. We say, you shouldn't have done this. But the mind doesn't get the information, okay, I shouldn't have done this, but then what should have I done? We tell the soul, change this sanskar, remove this sanskar. They can't remove it. We don't help them to create a new sanskar. So every time they come into action, they're going to come through the old sanskar. We can't erase anything. We can create new ones. The more we keep on creating new ones, the older one is gone there. It's there. There's a new file coming every time. And most important to understand, everybody can't change like this. So we are not forgiving anybody. We're only forgiving ourselves, cleaning ourselves, and most important, creating beautiful thoughts which would reach that soul, and then creating a nice energy exchange, because we are meeting now and we will continue to meet. Past may not have been very nice between two of us, but today let's make it beautiful, and tomorrow is secure.
A small gift for you, Sister Shivani. Thank you.
भाई इतनी अच्छी स्टार्टिंग के बाद आई एम फीलिंग वेरी इनलाइटेड, बट जरा ठहरिए, दिस इज जस्ट द बिगिनिंग। इस छोटे से ब्रेक के बाद मिलेंगे और कंटिन्यू करेंगे इसी इनलाइटमेंट की जर्नी को। आज दिन इतना खास है, तो हमने कल तो कुछ ऐसा स्पेशल किया होगा जिसकी वजह से आज दिल इतना बेहतर फील कर रहा है, राइट? बिल्कुल उसी तरह से कुछ अनफिनिश्ड एजेंडाज हमारी पिछली लाइफ में रह जाते हैं जो अगली लाइफ में कैरी फॉरवर्ड हो जाते हैं, जिसको हम कर्मास या डेस्टिनी कहते हैं। ठीक उसी तरह हमारी जिंदगी में ढेर सारे ऐसे राज हैं जो छुपे होते हैं इसी कर्म और डेस्टिनी की आड़ में। अब ये हम सब जानना चाहते हैं कि एग्जैक्टली ये कर्मास और जो ये डेस्टिनी है ये है क्या। वेल, हम जानेंगे यही सब बातें हमारे इंटरनेशनली अक्लेम्ड हिप्नोथेरेपिस्ट के साथ, हु इज डॉक्टर युवराज कपाड़िया। तो आइए जानते हैं उनसे कि क्या है पास्ट लाइफ रिग्रेशन थेरेपी।
Will tell you that what keeps you alive is a vital living force. They may not believe in soul. Okay, let's not talk about the soul. But there is something that keeps you alive which is not there when the body is dead. Now let's look at the death story. No matter what community you belong to, finally at death your body will either be cremated or buried. These are the two most popular mechanisms of disposing of the body. So the body basically is a carbon based structure made up of 5 elements, Panch Tattva Sharir. So as you cremate the body, or you bury it, the elements of the five elemental structure goes back to the 5 elements. So one aspect of energy has reversed itself to its origin. Now, that still leaves behind the energy of my mind, because everything is energy, and the energy of my vital living force, because it is still an energy. And we go back to science. So the first law of thermodynamics in science says that energy can neither be created nor can it be destroyed. It can only be transformed or transmuted. And now what happens at death? Body 5 elements gone, energy of the mind and energy of the vital living force cannot be destroyed, but it cannot be proved either, because science is only able to acknowledge my mind and my prana through the substratum of the hardware. But science itself says that you can't create it or destroy it, which means it continues to exist, which then means science says it exists, but I can't prove it. So what happens to it? Metaphysics. The mind represents the software aspect of the processing. The body or the brain represents the hardware aspect of the processing. And the hardware is incapable of the functions of the software, and the software is incapable of the functions of the hardware. It is the software and the hardware put together that comprise the human system. It's obvious. Because if the body could do all the functions of the software, then the term mind wouldn't exist. But it remains a word which is used across sciences without any hesitation. Now we are going into a spiritual dimension part of it, about what is the need to have 2 entities. Well, simply because one entity is fueling your journey and the other entity is collecting experiences. So whatever experiences you are going through in your life are being accumulated by your mind, and that journey is powered by your vital living force. So whenever the quota of the vital living force comes to an end, by default the experience collecting vehicle has to go, because there is no petrol left. So if everything in this universe is energy, then every emotion that you experience is also an energy. It's energy in motion. And any energy in motion is defined by 2 terms in science, which is called a wave and an amplitude. Are emotions bad? Just imagine if you had no emotions.